Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram dealers are feeling the pain, man. You've got overflow lots just covered with CDJR products everywhere, Dad. I mean, look at this. These aren't even paved lots that these dealers are putting cars on. These are back lots that are dirt lots to store all the extra vehicles they have. Absurdity.
It has been, continues to be, and my suspicion is will continue to be for quite some time. That Stellantis dealers, CDJR dealers, are just inundated with excess inventory. They don't know where to put it all, and apparently they don't know how to sell it all.
And Dad, we're seeing huge discounts. For example, I
Yes.
shared over on social media nearly $16,000 off on a lingering 2023 Jeep Gladiator from one of our CarEdge community members. That dealership has 57 of them still in stock. Still working on that car deal. I had a fairly prominent auto executive respond back, a dealer executive respond back to that social media post, Dad, saying, "Those deals aren't profitable, by the way, Zach. Laugh out loud, and neither are my Chargers and Challengers for $12,000 to $15,000 off sticker. The sell down is on for the next 90 days." And I appreciate Brett Morgan for sharing that perspective there. But Dad, these are loser deals for these CDJR dealerships. And really, they're not getting, in my opinion, enough support from the automaker because they are just bleeding money left and right. We've heard stories of dealers spending hundreds of thousands of dollars a month on floor plan to only lose money when they sell cars. Like that math just doesn't math.
It makes you wonder why anyone would want to keep their Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram dealership. They are tasked now with moving some of the slowest moving inventory in the United States, and that the incentives from the manufacturer are such that in order for the dealers to move them, they have to price them so low that even after utilizing the incentives, they're losing money on every one of those sales. So they have to suffer severe capital loss just for the hope that their manufacturer is going to come out with some product that people will clamor for, and they'll be able to make back those losses. I'm not sure that that's a winning proposition, honestly.
So I asked Brett that, have you been turning down allocation? He said, yes, we've been turning down allocation for 6 months at all of our CDJR stores. Brand has some good things going, but it has been 18 months of self-sabotage on so many fronts. Reduced advertising, slashed incentives, 1 year of the Challenger and Charger inventory arriving late and not all at once. Quality misses, EV drivetrains pushed into production that customers didn't want, the 4xe Jeep, for example. Higher MSRP and costs, which have reduced margin for dealers, increased competition, lack of continuity and consistency in messaging and support, convoluted customer experience and dealer programs. I could go on. Dad, this culminated, I really appreciate Brett sharing this, but this culminated in this, Dad, Brett sharing, "I know you make a living being a customer advocate and challenging the dealer body for transparency. I watched grown men, dealers, cry in my last Stellantis dealer council meeting. When it's all you have, this kind of pickle hits different." I share this with you, Dad,
Yes.
especially because you lost your job in the car business during the Great Recession because sales plummeted. I mean, we've talked about for a while. I don't see how these dealers can all survive this. Like, CDJR is going in a bad direction. They can't all survive it.
Not all the CDJR dealers out there will survive it. And I mentioned this the other day. I'm almost convinced that the higher ups at Stellantis want to see a sizable percentage of their dealer body go out of business. I don't know if they think that there's just too many CDJR dealers. I don't know if Stellantis's thinking is maybe we can force them all to go out of business, and then we can offer a manufacturer to customer direct selling approach. I don't know, but it is almost when you read that response from Brent, when you know about grown men crying, and all the missteps, it is almost, it seems to me, in my opinion, it is almost A, criminal, and B, intentional. And so it is. Yes, if I was a CDJR dealer, I don't know what I would do every morning. I just don't. The first thing I would do is look to find somebody to buy the dealership. And the second thing I would do is I would sell my inventory as quickly as I possibly could, even at whatever losses, and hope that there's a rosier picture at the end.
We know that floor plan costs are really impacting the industry right now, and we know that CDJR dealers are turning down allocations of inventory. We have a screenshot here from one of the regions in the United States. This was shared with us confidentially. One of the regions in the United States, and every negative number you see here are the total number of that vehicle that have been rejected by dealers in that region from the OEM. So this is just one of the regions. There are multiple regions
Yes.
in the United States, and you can see over 1,500 Jeep compasses. I like
Compasses. Yes.
compasses.
Compasses. Yes.
Compasses have been rejected by dealers. 941 Ram 2500s rejected by dealers. These are built vehicles
Yes.
that they are begging their dealer partners to take, and the dealers are saying no. So to Brett's point, saying, I have turned down an allocation for 6 months. This is what's going on.
Yes.
645 of the Grand
even
Cherokee, the Dodge Hornet.
Yeah,
Oh,
the Hornet PHEV. Look at that. 531 of them were turned down. Go figure. It's the least well-known vehicle sold in America. But we're doing our best to help. This is part and parcel of an approach that Stellantis took with their excuse me, manufacturing and distribution that is just choking their dealers to death in many cases.
yeah. And to your point earlier, Dad, maybe it's a ploy to go direct to consumer. That feels like an awfully long ways off. And even if you are trying to get there, I mean, you're just going to be bleeding a lot of your partner's drive for years to come. I mean, we know folks are losing hundreds of thousands of dollars every month. And I can understand a little bit, Dad, why some dealers out there, when they do have a real live customer trying to buy one of these cars, because we hear these stories all day long, they're still trying to sell them for as much money as possible.
Well, sure.
Because they're already losing so much money. It's like you're trying to your boat's sinking, and you're trying to use like a red Solo cup to just get the water out, but you can't keep up. So you're trying. You're kind of desperate. When in reality, the probably more appropriate approach is just get rid of the inventory as quickly as possible, turn it into new cars, try and get rid of those as quickly as possible. You can see there's a serious nationwide challenge for CDJR.
If I was a CDJR dealer,
Yeah.
I would accept whatever loss I needed to accept on every new vehicle I had to get rid of it. And I would go strongly into the used car business and try and make back those losses on the used car side of things. I would be deep into used cars, trying to compensate for the losses on new. That. If you've got a new product that nobody wants and you have to sell every one of them at a loss to get rid of them, well, then your only option is to find things that you can make money on. That's going to be in your pre-owned department.
We'll see what happens, man. Thank you to everyone who has shared photos, inside information, as well as commentary from the dealerships that you run. Send more of them, Zach, ZACH at CarEdge.com. We appreciate it, and we'll keep you posted on what we learn with this CDJR saga.
And the saga shall continue.